All right, look at this. We're back to my old format of just doing recording audio while I play. So it's going to be a little tougher for me to uh, commentate and also play. I'm going to try to err on the side of playing well, uh, especially because I'm starting off with a pretty bad objective. Got a Moncal and no Salukami, but looks like he's going with base. Playing Godot, Godotfiz. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Um, but we played the other night, and I was imps, and he was reps, and so we're switching it up this time. Um, it'll be interesting to see where he does his if he does a fleet in Mustafar or in Corellia. I always hope he does it in Mustafar because then I can uh, deploy in Cato and cause him a headache in Corellia. We'll see. Haven't been playing a lot lately. Just haven't recorded any videos. Just been busy with life stuff and sort of doing a video where I just don't do any editing and um, record as I'm playing is kind of going to be the only way I can really crank out content. And we'll see even if it's just this one for a while or whatever. Just been busy and tired and dealing with life. Um, hmm, hmm. Maybe he'll if he just does that assault carrier in Corellia, then I'll still try to take Corellia and I'll add a Y wing. Just take out that assault carrier, which will cause him a pretty big headache. But we'll see what ground he does there. Even if it just gets him to move the Death Star to Corellia, I'm fine with that because then I can put my base in like Dantooine or Dathomir or something. Well, let's see what deck he has. He has base. So a remote. Uh, mm, okay. Yeah, no, Corellia is not looking too enticing. I don't want, I could take space. I could put my Corvette and a Y-wing and take space, but that doesn't feel as good to lose a Corvette and a Y-wing when to the Death Star for really nothing. So we'll see if this is what he ends up with. Yeah, I'm not too sure. Not too sure about where to go here. Um, Ryloth is a little bit risky because I don't know if he'll move to Geo because he doesn't have to move to Naboo. Uh, Hessel could be all right. Yavin could be all right. Maybe Dagobah? Problem is if something goes wrong with his fleet here in Rhodia, like if I behind enemy lines to stop him from getting to Utapau by turn 3, then that force from Mustafar might just move to Dagobah. The nice thing about taking out this assault carrier in Corellia, though, is strand a good portion of his ground army. Um, hmm, okey Well, I'm not. There's nothing I see that's super valuable to go for right off the bat, so I'll just do a standard deployment. Hmm. hmm, Okay. R2 and Rican. We'll see if I can get some R2 value. R2 has not been doing much for me lately. Been not rolling enough for it to be useful on oppositions. Nobody. All right, so let's look at this. I haven't played uh Godot, Godot, got it. I haven't played him much, so I'm not, and I haven't played him at all, I don't think, with him as Empire. So I'm not really sure what to expect. I'm not sure if he's going to be super aggressive, if he's going to run a lot of missions. And so it's a little bit harder to predict his movements. I don't know, for example, like, is he going to go to Kashyyyk turn one? Um, I don't know if he's going to bring the assault carrier to Bathory or the Star Destroyer. Um, hmm, Wonder if this wouldn't be a good. Mm, hmm, Love the idea of thinking maybe a Utapau base, but again, I don't know where this Mustafar Star Destroyer is going to go. If he goes to Dagobah, that could be trouble. Um, Hessel stands out. Felucia stands out. Tricky, tricky base. Um, I don't know if he's going to be super protective of the Death Star, but I don't know. Mm. Okay. Played a bit. I don't even know what's safe on this board. Yeah, nothing really stands out as far as being a strong base choice. All right, we're gonna do the standard opening here. See if we can block his display of power with R2 layout. My one saving grace is that I'm hoping to get Moncal. I might just, if he puts, how do you, if he puts a logistics leader on a mission, I might just open up with sabotage on Ord. The sabotage on Ord does a couple of things. It delays his Death Star moving toward my base. Yeah, so there's the R&D. Oh, oh, oh no. This is not good. This is not good. Okay, so we'll know in a second what's going on. when the Emperor moves a Star Destroyer to Naboo, because that's not a recruit. Okay, he's got to move one, two. All right. Um, um, that's looking like Fear will keep them in line and an R&D. So I'll infiltrate there, just in case Tarkin is on a cheeky rule by fear. Oh gosh. Oh, this has been happening to me every game. Just these terrible objectives. Um, that one seems a little bit more likely. Okay. All right. Um, so I mean, there's a couple of ways of thinking about this. I could sabotage Corellia. Just no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to sabotage Corellia. So he's going to R&D now. I'll do it here because there's no good where to do it. No good place to do it. And he'll R&D now, and now I'm going to be stuck. Oh yeah. Okay. Good, good, good. It looked like he was about to do Tarkin's mission. Oh my goodness, yes. Okay. So what is Riken on? Capture? Okay, so this is what I mean. I just don't know. I just don't know how he plays. Um, so that might be a capture. That would be a really unique play, be an R&D. Oh, detain. Okay. I'll take that all day. And now we might move to the Boo or Geo. Oh, interesting. Okay. So my only concern is if he moves to Naboo or Geo, he's setting up to capture Mothma next turn. This is kind of best case scenario. Um, be happy about this. He did a good job at least bluffing the R&D. I mean, with Tarkin and Tag, you figure surely one of those is going to be R&D. Oh, okay. Goodness. How can I get with only hope? Um, I don't love taking Cassian here. Kind of like Akbar more. Of course, if I get Cassian's other card, I'm happy to take Saul, but if I get Akbar's other card, I'm pretty sad. I just want some element of surprise. And also, Akbar is potentially really good if I get Rebel Assault and I can behind enemy lines his Star Destroyer next turn to get Utapau again. Of course, the missions I can run with Cassian are better. Uh, I'll go Akbar since I already have behind enemy lines. Tough choice. Nice to see Detain gone. It's gonna be a headache on this turn, but so he's gonna be actually let me drop a trooper here so that if he does get trade negotiation or something, I can get it back easily. I really want him to move to Mon Cal. That Star Destroyer I want to head toward Mon Cal so that it delays him moving toward. Now this is the tough part. I guess I don't Sabo. Guess I'll sacrifice the Sabo. I fully expect a capture to come here. Otherwise, why take Boba? And I'll probably I like to get Han. Actually, maybe I'll do this in case we'll see what missions he runs. But yeah, I usually take Han because Han's recruit cards are super weak. And he can run a lot of different missions. He can run infiltrate. I like running him on infiltrate. He can do rogue squadron raid. Um, that's stronger than the other options. Although I do have heist. I do have heist. So maybe Jin? Jin's recruit cards are even weaker. Hmm. I'll see what missions he runs. Also, Jin is better if he does get a capture, because two of my rescues are three blue fists. So yeah, maybe it's Jin. Pretty unusual for me, but yeah. I even worry. Yeah, I would like him to use blindside. Get rid of that. Blindside is I'm feeling like a bit of an underrated card. It just completely counters Chewie, counters R2, at least for one mission. We'll see what he does though. Mhm. One thing I could do here, since I have Akbar on Build Alliance, not quite as strong as Mothma. So what I can do is I can run it on a system. I can open up with it on a system where I don't want him moving from. Not really any good options here. I mean, I could do it on Corellia, uh, but then again, I'm expecting him to capture, and it doesn't really hurt him to be stuck in Corellia. There's Tarkin again. Oh, it's Tarkin again. Or maybe not. He only has to make really two moves this turn. Okay. Um, if he wants to capture, he can capture. I'm not going to ultimately stop that. Um, we'll see though if he wants to go for it right away instead of because I don't have a rescue here. I don't have a rescue here. I'll just go for the block. Hmm. Oh goodness. And now I'm kind of set up for what I want to do. I'm set up to just rule by fear here. I think he would block it otherwise. No, he might block it anyway, which I'm happy with. It's going to be 4 verse 3. Probably wouldn't expend R2 if I failed. Let's roll. Ideally in this situation, I would want to go for Kato and then take out this assault carrier. Okay, he's really going hard for probes. That's fine. I can play around that. All I have to do is get um, one good uh, rapid, and I'll be set. Gonna get Jin here, especially since he's drawing intel so often. One thing about drawing intel is it can help you narrow down the base, especially if you get good probes, but it's a little bit of a gamble. It's not going to help him get production, it's not going to help him get projects, and it's not really going to help him stop objectives. Now, he's fortunate that I don't have any good objectives, but um, doesn't necessarily know that. But now he's got 3 movements. You know, we'll see if he brings this assault carrier. He should probably bring it. Okay, and he's abandoned. Wouldn't mind him leaving the TIE fighter behind at Mandalore just in case he wants to build alliance there and then bring the assault carrier with him. Right now, that's a very juicy, crippling blow system. Kind of wishing I had built a Vanguard, but we'll see. We'll see. Maybe move to Bespin. I don't want him to move to Ord. That's the only move. Ord or Alderaan. It's the only move that would make me sad. Yeah, there's Bespin. Keep that Death Star right where it is. Talking about. And no objective. I might not score any objectives this game. Okay. Yes. Goodness gracious. I really want Luke here because I have planned the assault. But he has Boba Fett. And Boba Fett's really good at capturing Luke. I already have Akbar, so Wedge is not as good. I'll just take Wedge. Not my favorite. You are. Really hoping for raid outposts. I have heist. Interesting. Interesting. All of that. Right, where can I do this crippling blow to cause the most damage? And just realistically, it's probably best to do it in Salukamai. Wished I had a Vanguard. I could do it in Bothawui, and then I could Sabo Bespin, do it in Bothawui. Barnes not great because that could be. My big concern now is secure the plans. Right. Hmm. No need to heist now. Big question is, where am I going to do this crippling blow? And how many units do I want to bring? I want to get some rapids in because he's drawing a lot of probes, and so I want to see kind of where I can bluff that, where he doesn't know. I really didn't want him to put that AT-AT into Lukamaya. Rebel Assault here would be a bit of an easier choice because I could do it in Seleucami to get another Moncal. Um, hmm. Certain things are going to be open. Geo is always going to be a possibility for loyalty. And I want to open up with the crippling blow just to reduce the number of probes he can draw if he wins. I would imagine Yularen will draw probes, and I'll probably have to send Leia to that. Well, for that, I should decide where this crippling blow is going to happen. Is ever a good spot? You know, I'd like him to not get many. Still hasn't done an R&D. There's the probe, there's the capture, there's the rule by fear. We just have to let him keep drawing. Pray that they're bad probes. Yeah, Rebel Assault would make all of this so much easier. Hmm. Okay, this is good. If he doesn't do a rule by fear, that really helps. Hmm. Interesting. See, now Bothaway's looking pretty tasty. Bothaway's looking pretty tasty. Duh. Just want to lose any of my. Hmm, like enemy lines just can suck so much sometimes. Behind enemy lines. I guess it's now or invert. So part of what I'm thinking about is I'm thinking about, um, fortunately, I'm actually gonna have to bring airspeeder anyway. I just don't want to risk it. Um, I'm thinking about this Star Destroyer he's about to deploy because, so this all changed when I saw um, him not run a rule by fear. I don't know if he's gonna get any ships. He he better be careful because whoever he sends might die. Okay. He's not running R&Ds, and he's not ruling by fear. And so I'm worried about him. And if he puts this Star Destroyer down, that's going to be his only Star Destroyer, his like only ship for a while. And I'm guessing if I take Bothawi, he might be tempted to put it in Rhodia, in Utapau. Um, I don't know. There's a lot of let's hope he doesn't get. He he's probably going to play imposing presence, worried about the cancel. Yeah. And I might even be able to get away. Don't. Oh, it's so sad. Um, okay. And that is, well, sure. Love that. Track them out of his hand early. This is all right. I'm drawing his attention up to Nalfada. I want to be building alliance there anyway because I have also him doing the pulling Tarkin back there makes it harder for him to gather intel, which I'm happy about. So that went pretty well. I wished I didn't lose the airspeeder. It's a bit unfortunate. Um, but what Okay, one. And bad card. Maybe he'll play a good card. Like flipping it. Okay. Trying to get rid of this trooper here. Nice. Small things, small victories. So now he's up in action on me. Now what I can do is I can protect. I don't need to block. I'm fine with him drawing one probe here, which is what he'll get. And I don't need to block the gather intel. So that affords me the ability to stall out versus Fet versus his capture. And Sabo somewhere good like Ord if he moves to Ord. Mhm. And then of course, in the future, I can always free up Bothawi. Okay, what are we gonna do next? All right, no, hmm, I'm down to space supremacy. That could be collect bounty. So this is what we need to do. We need to stall out in an area where I know he needs to move. Because he wants to move to Moncal. Mhm. So he's not leaving any ground. I think that's a bit of a mistake. He might be worried that I'm in Moncal. No, yeah. So normally I wouldn't allow that because he moved in, and then when he realized I wasn't there, he took it back. I mean, I don't know if that was his intention, but I won't make a big deal out of it. But yeah, normally not okay to do. So see. Hopefully that doesn't matter. One for trait. Please don't clear my stuff. All right, and that's what we wanted. That is what we wanted. So now we probably will sabotage Seleucamite. Oh, well, he's going for it. Yeah, I can't wait him out. I can't wait out everything. Oh, nice. Don't. Maybe he thought I was on Rogue Squadron raid. Yeah, not sure. But now I get the last action. So forget Al Hutta, man. We're getting something good. Now he'll probably move to Ord and we can get something real tasty. I'm thinking Twidaria. Be fun. Oh, I love Ord. You could definitely move to Ord. Although I mean, he might want to crash on the Hut region. He might be worried I'm there, but Ord is just such a good build. Ord is just such a good build. Plus, because I'm not getting support of the Huts yet, I kind of want to surprise him. If I go for Nalhutta now, I might tip him off. And wow, that's bad. That is bad. Okay. So I'm gonna need something here to cooperate with me, whether it's objectives or missions or something. My margins are have not been great. Husband, Naboo, Cato. Ooh, that might be a bad indication of what he's drawn so far. Okay. Okay. He has a lot of blue. Oh gosh, his leaders are so good. Um, yeah, not really sure how exactly to capitalize. Got my speeder back. Um, Still hoping for outposts. I think I just always do this. I don't think I wanted to. Yeah, I don't want to deploy an Ord because I don't want him to put a Star Destroyer. He might put the Star Destroyer anyway. Thanks. And Magneto. She'll see. Dang. Wish I had Cassian. It might not be worth it to get Cassian at this point. I don't know. I mean, I could try and force out. Um, it might be worth it just to run a heist, just to try and get some tempo. But, what am I really? It would be bad if I got Raid Outpost because then he could prepare for it. Yeah, man. Maybe I should do a preemptive. Um, yeah, I was hoping he'd have one less shield bunker. I'm guessing both of those will go in. Coruscant. Mm, the ground is so weak in base. Rebel Assault is so nice here because it gives you a reason. Ooh, 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 interesting. Interesting. Mm. I feel like his probes have probably been pretty good based on what he is up to. No, man, that one behind enemy lines made my base so weak. Maybe I can get a sneaky Death Star snipe. Is that even worth it to go for? Safe Haven doesn't really help me here. Even wish I had an assault. I really want to keep rapiding because I just need to see Dantooine or Ilum or something to keep me alive. If he just heads straight toward Yavin, I'm pretty toast. VA, yeah, yeah, it's just so bad to pass. I'd almost rather like free up Bathory or something. That I don't want. Maybe it's better to do this. Maybe I'll do a preemptive heist. See if I can get something good. Don't want to make him too cautious with the Death Star. Hit my hand. And again, I'm trying to get him to spend blindside, if that is what he has. If I had Luke here, the play would be so much easier. But I just expected him to keep going for the captures. Didn't expect the subversion. Oh gosh. Imagine if that's Ozil on his mission. It very well might be. Just absolutely brutal. Mm, hard to know what to do. Ilum, Dantooine, Tatooine, and Dathomir in this next rapid. I gotta wait with this wedge. Oh no, I don't have to wait with the wedge sabotage, actually. But I do have to be careful, because if he blocks my sabotage with Vader, it guarantees the capture pretty much with that. And so they'll want to be too uh, careless. Probably use Leia on whatever Yularen's doing, whether it's secure the plans or gather intel. I just want to stop the bleeding. Um, I don't know if I'll use R2, but fortunately I don't have to decide that. And I really don't want Dodonna to get captured either. It's so annoying. So this is what we'll do. We'll stack a little bit here. Try to get some more fists. And then maybe just the thing is too that I really need this infiltrate to succeed because I might want to heist it. So I kind of got to figure out how I'm going to go about doing that without. Dodon is so important here because I have planned the assault. And if I recruit Luke or something, I really want the option. I think in general, Luke is not worth the risk, especially, if your opponent has Fett and has gone for a capture on turn two. It just would have worked out well this time. But I couldn't have known that Death Star plans would be the top level two, and I knew that I had planned the assault at the time, but it's just not worth it. If I'm not able to draw anything high impact next refresh, I'll definitely be using this secret mission, and I'll be looking for a heist for my behind enemy lines, or I'll be looking for. Uh, well, he just went out there. He just went for it, didn't he? Goodness. Yeah. I- That's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna infiltrate here, expecting him to want to move. Jeez. Jeez, I need that rebel cell so bad. So, might just go for the capture here. Actually, really wouldn't mind that for a couple of reasons. It allows me to take now Hutta this turn. Oh, okay. Guess he has N. Um, smart about this. Dang it, this is a tough spot. This is a tough spot. Thought about stalling by putting Maydeen there, but the problem is then he's really encouraged to go for the capture when I heist. And if he captures with a heist on the Death Star, oh, yeah, that's what I was worried about. But not going to be the end of the world though, because he's going to. This allows me to. Jeez Louise, that's insane. That's insane. Oswald's mission is just too good considering how good his action card is. All right. So we have to do this first. We'll build alliance in Nalfada. Um, what's this? I'm not gonna block that. Plus, it allows me to disguise uh, what I'm going to do next. It's never worth freeing Bothui here. That's my question. The nice thing about freeing Bothui here is I think I want to keep my transport alive. Is the problem. Because I can, might be a pipe dream, huh? Trying to think about how I can rescue Mothma next turn. Let's just do it. I might get him to spend his TIE Fighter card, which might be worth it. And I don't know, it might, he might have Boba Fett wear. I'm kind of conscious of that. You just gotta, just roll a heal. Yeah, sure. About sums up how things have gone. That's it might all just end up coming down to this um, this last rapid here. Heist. And I'm going to draw. So pop that down and how to Dantooine, Ilum. Well, I got Dathomir. Man, those are some bad rapids. There's the jeez Louise. Jeez, man, torturing me. We got some good options here. Okay, 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 okay. Passing here is good. Jeez. Now Hutta, Utapau. Oh my gosh. He is gonna be raining fire down on Alhutta. I have a feeling. So where can we go for? Naboo? He just drew Ryloth or Tatooine. Whatever made him do that move to Geo. Or Dago? I don't know. Um, he's maybe just Nalhutta. So yeah, so I can use Maydeen here, and it might not even matter because he's got fears. And again, space supremacy is what matters, but it might not matter with this Death Star. Need this recon to get the heist back. Soul carrier go. Hasn't been deployed yet. Where's the risk here is draw them out. Hmm. All right, let's pick up a point. Hmm. Worried about skimping on the. I mean, do I get Saul? Put him in Nalhutta? Try and stop a planetary? Just use them all. It's Daisy. No. Draw them out would be bad. What am I doing with this? This doesn't need to happen, does it? No, I don't think this needs to happen. Might have to skimp on the infiltrate, and I could really live to regret this. Is I might just Yularen here. You know what? If he Yularen's this plant explosives is worthless, and I'm gonna really wish I had infiltrated. Or done a rapid. Actually, never mind. Rapid actually here is really good. Don't really need to protect. Dang. I don't know what he's gonna do. I don't know what he's gonna do. that's safer. Probably should have done a safe haven. Dang, gosh. Well, he knows exactly where I am. Well, he knows Dathomir or Yavin. Wished he had that one. Um, wished he had that one. Then I could move to Naletta. And now with Ozzel, I'm really in a scary spot. Ozzel, Ozzel makes this tough. Gosh, he drew so many probes. Very too. So he had Veers with Planetary and Ozzel with his mission. It's just stuff. And I have no ground in the base. So no excuse. The secret mission is, and this always happens with secret mission. It's just too little, too late. Basically, is what happens. I wonder what he wanted to do to Mothma. Um, yeah, I think in retrospect, Nadine was a mistake because I just wasn't looking at my. I was expecting, I wasn't considering that the objective that I drew was an immediate raid outpost. And so I have one less objective in hand to score, and I could probably score support of the huts on my own without the cell. So there's not a lot of reason to protect it. It would have been better to have Maydeen to, I don't know, take out a shield bunker. Basically, though, he's going to be able to outweight me, and then Ozzel me with the Star Destroyer. I might have to attack out with my Mon Cows and take out this Star Destroyer. I really just gotta make sure Wedge does not get captured or drawn out or something. R&D. He hasn't run any R&D, so no construct factories. He refuses to run rule by fear. So at least I'm thinking the sabotage will stick in Mandalore. Where's his biggest planetary force? It's coming from Mon Cal, so at least there's that. Oh, man. So this is the solution. The solution is I have to survive next round because I didn't set up far enough in advance. And survive next round and then move to Nalfada with the plan the assault. Very happy for him to try and block this. This should be an automatic point. Wonder why he didn't add Fett to Fears' mission. Because Fett's not going to do him any good here. You can't, because Fett doesn't have tactic values, really happy about that. Because Fett doesn't have tactic values, he can't be used to stall. Let me look at my list. Okay, there's no way he draws Dathomir this turn. So, secret mission. Yeah. Worthless, worthless. If he's gonna move to Ord. Missions would have been so much later. Oh, imagine if I still had that. If I had to lead the strike team to get the crippling blow. That's nice. Hmm. Probably gonna planetary my base. I don't know if I can stop it. So this is what we need to do. I need to entice him. Block. Maybe he will. So He rightfully recognized that he wasn't going to be able to block whatever Akbar was doing. Oh, maybe he'll get lucky. He'll wonder. Okay, so how many points were there? 9? Show me more. Just got gas in. I think there should be more. I haven't been paying attention. Tough game, guys. Tough game. Mm. So yeah, so I might just have to. He's already played track them. I might just have to move out with Wedge to Felucia. That might be the play. I don't think. Do I move to Nalhutta this turn? I guess it's hard to say. I mean, blocking the planetary would be pretty clutch. I just go for the planetary block. I feel like the planetary block is worth more than playing around Ozzel. Let's think about this. If the problem is if I send Leia to Yavin, then he knows I'm not in Dathomir. Maybe I send Leia. Well, if I send her to Felucia, then he knows. Maybe what I do is I send Wedge to Mandalore, but then I expose my fighters. Hmm, tough call. If I move my Mon Cals in Corvette to Felucia, he moves the Death Star. He tries to sandwich them. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get it so that this Star Destroyer can't ozzle my base. Boo's still in the deck. Bespin, Naboo, Kato. Just checked Kato. Saleucami, Dathomir, Solist, Geo, Hoth. That was why he moved to Geo. It wasn't to check Ryloth, it was to check Geo. If I move to Nalhutta this turn, I kind of think my best bet is just to But bluff. Problem is, I could bluff Dathomir and he could just planetary. Yeah, not great. At least now I'll get some picture based on what he does next, some sort of clarity. Whether he moves to Ord, whether he moves to Felucia. Is planetary. Jeez, that is planetary. He's giving planetary now Hada. So good. Please planetary now Hada. Wow, 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 wow. Wow. Guys, this is a turn of events. Save R2. This is a turn of events. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I don't want to retreat anything. Because I don't want him getting closer to Dathomir. Jeez. And of course, the mission I don't choose is the one I'm going to regret not having. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 loyalty. So I'm not scoring uprising anytime soon. Just got to get rid of the assault. It's just the weakest. Yeah, I'm really, really regretting using Maydeen. He had the lure. I mean, now it's getting to the point where he needs he needs a lot. Um, Hmm, hmm, hmm. Planetary ever help or plan the assault ever help me? It sure does. Sure does. God, the Mount is still so scary. I wonder if it's even good here. Rapid might be better than Build Alliance. Would be better than Build Alliance. No, that's crazy, right? It's all gonna come down to this freaking Death Star. What if I get away here? Where is it coming up? Shoot, I messed up my mouse sensitivity. Oh no. Did I ever get away here? If it's possible. Yeah, run away here, guys. Maybe that's the play. That's definitely the play. Build you. All right, that's the play. Way. We'll have to fight another day. We're gonna run away, guys. Like cowards, we're going to run away. we're gonna run away. Display of power could ruin our plan, but we might as well just block it then. So Cassian is to help us block a gather intel. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13. So you get, wait, 4, 5, 6, 12, 13. So you get 3 probes. No, only rapid. Only starting mission I'm doing. Mm. Somebody's getting carbon frozen. No way. Problem is, there's just no missions that I can run because I can't rescue because that stops lead the strike team. I can't plan the assault because he might block it with Yularen. I can't heist because he might block it with Yularen. I mean, funny enough, the mission I'm going to have to run probably is heist and just let him block it. You could say like, hey, just go all in on heist and blowing up the Death Star, but there's just too many things that can happen. Secure the plans, Ozzel, planetary, carbon delays the game. So I'm just going to try and play it as safe as possible, even if I have to tip my hand super early about what I'm up to. Could be a draw out there. So you do two projects that could be there's a lot that could be going on. Interdictor. Interdictor is a little tricky, right? That's what that would be, right? Interdictor, Superstar Destroyer. Plans. Yeah, I gotta get out of Dodge. The good news is all his fist leaders are on missions. All right, we'll give it to him. Now we're allowing him to block this because we're really trying to stay ahead of him on actions. And I think we buy more. Oh, goodness. We buy more turns by moving to Nalshada with our full force than he buys by blocking this 1 point. And of course, I could always win. That would be oh gosh, that would be the best case scenario. Now here comes the blind side. Great. Right. How long can I delay? Right. I got to be careful because he can capture Cassian here. So this is something I can do to delay. And this looks like Dathomir. It's like Dathomir. I'm hoping. And you know what? If all of this falls apart, then I'll just retreat those units from Dagobah. Make sure I actually grab Nalhutta. Oh gosh, this is wild. So interesting. Why not move to Felucia? Impossible. That's a much better fight. I mean, in the short run, it's better, but because he doesn't know what's coming. So what's the order that I do this in? I'm guessing Vader's on a capture. Capture, maybe retrieve the plans. Maybe he's on the rule by fear. I need to lead the strike team before I rapid and before I rescue. The sooner I plan the assault, the sooner he knows what's happening. Does it matter if he knows what's happening? Perhaps not. I might even be able to save the lead the strike team to score a raid factory or a Return of the Jedi. So this is maybe what I do. I just think it benefits me. I think I need to do the lead the strike team first, because if he blocks Maydeen and then captures with Vader, it's 5 versus 3 with R2. And then I think this is safer. You might not block this. Need to not roll all those crits again. No crit. Goodness. Now we're looking real suspicious. Yeah, this carbon here is why I like playing it safe. Because it just delays the game. So even if I open up and blow up the Death Star, he still has an action to cause havoc. No, I'm not in a rush necessarily to take out this assault carrier. I think it's a good time to, because the key thing to remember is lead the strike team is blocked by leaders in base. Um, Plan the assault is not. You might be wondering why put Wedge on lead the strike team instead of mating because in the event that I have to 1 in a million, I think it's totally worth doing 1 in a million to be able to move to Nelfeta. We just go for this now. I could attack out into the Emperor to try and score major victory, but he's on defense with a large force and an unrevealed starting action card. So if he has, according to my design, I could not take out. It could be devastating uh, for my forces. I fail. Crap. Dang. 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 Here comes the interdictor. This is another reason why it's so good to move. Is with this interdictor in Felucia, you put Ozzel into the base, and I just don't think my fighters survive. Thank you. Thank you. Every little bit helps. Jeez. Oh, it's such a nightmare. I mean, I guess I just there's nothing else that I want to do, right? should have just let it go. And I discarded my other recruit. Um, no. Okay, now I'm a little bit at risk because if he moves that assault carrier, so think about this. If he moves that assault carrier to Toydaria, I don't necessarily win that roll. And also, it's now in a position where somehow he can Osel Nalhada before I can reinforce. I just think I need to do this now. Oh, oh crap. That was, hey, look at that roll. So now I'm a little bit worried. Yeah. Why would he play the interdictor card if that's an interdictor? All of a sudden, that might be, is that a gather intel? Fortunately, I can wait him out, but an interdictor. Yeah, I really should have held on to Leia. That could have been a big mistake. Could have been a big mistake. I think I got lucky there. Okay, that's a super. All right, it's not too worrisome. Yeah, and then I'm not gonna waste that. Use that later. All right, all my leaders are captured. Oh, there we go. It's nice. That's good to see. And that's would have been nice to have versus what you call it. So in this situation, you always want to put your ground in the base because he could always, there's always a possibility that he could Ozzel just the space. And if you have space in the base, then you're fleet is weak there. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm not going to be able to do all of these. Still can't do this one. I mean, I could, but I just feel so bad this late in the game to waste an action by putting two people on it. White is always going on subversion. Don't think uh, oh, forgot the second to start. Rapid here is good because actually the rapid's not good, right? Yeah, the rapid's not good. So it looks like he's not going to Ozzel in, so I think I'm going to have a chance. So mission, what cards do I use? Ion Blast? It's never a good sign for somebody. And again, I still have to be careful of Ozzel. Fortunately, though, he doesn't have much ground. That even if he does Ozzel next turn, I'm still okay on the ground. Hmm. What I'll do is I'll probably leave the Y-wing behind. He still has Fears and Ozzel. I think you want to Ozzel here. It's just not worth it. Unfortunately, he doesn't have road decks, so there's no like get the super star destroyer on the map shenanigans and attack the base. Um, yeah, it's sort of going to be a war of attrition at this point. The sabotage will probably need to go on Bespin to stop him from getting any more ground. Of course, planetary is something I always have to play around. I guess the risk is if he Planetaries this turn, and Ozil's that could take care of the ground. And then Ozil's next turn, if I leave the base undefended. All in all, he's played pretty well. I think he was maybe where it went wrong was he was maybe a tad too cautious getting to Mandalore with the Death Star. Just move to Mandalore, rule by fear, and R&D. And I think that does a lot of work for you. Oh wow, he really doesn't have the planetary. I don't think he's gonna Ozzel here. So the fact that he doesn't have anybody on planetary gives me a lot of confidence. Okay, so we're going to I don't need to bring these, right? Since I'm risking them. This is fine. Or what he'll do. If he does a red damage, that's fine. I don't need to cancel it because I can just roll a heal. I have plenty of 8 red dice, essentially. And because he didn't send a leader, I'm just going to clear out his space and then retreat back to Nalhada because I don't want. He might display of power. There's lots of silly things that could happen. And I'll put that on a TIE fighter because that's his greatest chance of rolling a heal, and I have fewer. Oh, 1 second, bud. Go. Mm, It's a major victory, and I think that'll pretty much seal it as long as I play super cautious. No more ways for him to remove rep. Well, guys, sorry it's been so long since my last video. Um, there's been a lot of people reaching out, going, "Hey, we want more videos." I really appreciate that. It's good to know that it's noticed. It's just, yeah, just been a lot of life and work and personal stuff. And also, frankly, it's, you know, been a little bit quieter on the Discord. There's a wave of newer players. I hope people play with them and teach them and help them with strategy and all of that good stuff so that we can just grow the community and generate more interest and excitement around infiltrate. See if he wants to block that. Around what I'm doing and just the Discord in general. Interesting. He might have drawn. Did he draw Dathomir? Yeah, he must have. He only had a 50% chance to draw it. Pretty good. Great, Y-Wing, be brave. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It might be a little quieter, a little bit more rambly in parts, just because I'm going back to this old format. In this situation, you don't want to waste a good card, but you also don't want a good card to be at the bottom of your discard. That's why I like holding on to Confrontation so that you can keep it on the bottom, cycle through your good stuff. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to flip the battle, play my Nebulon card, and ideally then the next time he attacks with Ozzel, I can cancel on defense, and then do my fleet logistics and do a deployment, and then I'll be back to all of my good cards. I'll have all of my options. Um, so I don't know why I rerolled there. But yeah, that's thoughts about that. I kind of want Akbar back, but usually the prevailing. I think I just go for the rescue here. Let's go for the rescue. Don't want him to stack more leaders to block. If I go for the Sabo now, I think just because I still have his really good card, especially when you're on defense. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll let it play out to the end. Not much more to say. Thanks to my opponent. He did a really good job. From what our conversation, I think he prefers rebels. So he did a really good job, that being considered, to take on the Empire, and he got away with a lot. Like, he did a good job playing really greedy, with all the gather intels. I don't think he's done any rule by fears, and I don't think he's done any R&Ds. Uh, he got a bit unlucky to not get any what you call it, loyalty missions. If that's the case, I'm not sure. Um, he might just not have played them. I'll try and show his missions after. He had a couple of good missions, but not really what he needed ultimately, which was, huh, wonder why block with Vader there. Oh, because he's trying to get, he might have a propaganda thing. And the rolls have really been going my way, especially the second half of the game. Um, but yeah, to get the address delays, to get the loyalty missions, some of that is mitigated by running R&Ds. I really recommend Rule by Fear and R&Ds because it shows you he drew probes almost with impunity. I I blocked it maybe once, but even with Ozzel on his mission and running Yularen on a couple of gather intels, it was one good probe that gave him pause, and that was Dathomir. And once I saw Dathomir, I knew I had time to plan a base move and just keep myself safe. For that. Harkin might be on his mission. Okay, so we are going to maybe try and stop him from getting a this. And then if he this actually gives me somewhere near the base to deploy. If I should probably block that with that, I would imagine. Let's do, let's be annoying. Do this. Yeah, I don't know why he did that other than to meme, but take it. Hopefully kill. I think he might be frustrated, which I understand. I understand. It's a very common feeling, but yeah, I think that'll be GG. No more tricks. No more tricks for the Empire. All right, guys, I'll cut it off there. And thanks, and I hope it's not so long until the next one.